Hello everyone, welcome to today's Python topic. So today I thought I'd kind of show a way to create guitar tab. So say if you are creating tab yourself, this is a way that you can actually create tab. And what I mean by guitar tab, so the way I can explain this is a little loud. Someone just write these real quick. Eddie, oh wait, no, it's a big string. Eddie 8 dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. Okay, so that's a way to actually keep track of like the order of the guitar strings. So these are the names of the guitar strings, starting at the fattest string, which is the big E string, all the way to the littlest string, which is the little E string. And this is for a six-string guitar. And what tab is, I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but the way they actually like to write tab is use these little dash lines, and then you'll see numbers periodically. Six. Say I have like a 4 here, maybe a 6, and so on. Which this will look a lot nicer when I actually get to writing the tab in code. But just to begin with, the way I'm going to explain this is that, say on this little E string, once you get to, or it actually starts right here, on this B string, once I actually get to this point where the 4 is at, that means that I would actually play this string on the fourth fret. And what I mean by fret is, I know you guys know on a guitar that it's actually divided into sections, and those sections themselves are called frets. So, yeah, so these are the strings, and the numbers on each one of these little strings is basically the fret that you'd actually play that string at. And I'm not going to go super in depth on exactly the lingo and tab, but if you're curious, this little thing right here, so this is an 8. You hit the 8th fret on the little string, and you would slide back to the 6. So that's kind of what that slide is for. And the reason why I'm actually explaining that, because I'm going to create a tab myself right now, and it's going to be for a particular song that I'm actually trying to learn. Um, Coincidentally, I'm actually going to use strings in Python to actually show you this tab, which is strings on a guitar. So yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. So to begin with, let's actually create our variables of like what the name of the song is. So I could put song, and this song, and this is where the string comes into play. You actually use these quotation marks to actually create a string. And the song I'm gonna call is called Madonna or Modana. And I play basically like I guess you could say regional Mexican music. So this is what this song is. So it's Madonna, and then I could put the artist here. Sorry, I'm having a hard time spelling artist. There we go. And this would be by Nata, which is Natanael Cano, and Oscar Maidon. Okay, so these are the artists of my song, or this is my song, and then this is my artist. Before I actually output the tab, before I output the tab, I actually want to output what the song is. So this is what's cool about strings is that you can actually um, use an F string, and what an F string is it's a string, but you would put an F in the beginning of it, and just to not get you confused, basically when I'm referring to string, I'm referring to what's inside this print because I'm gonna output the string. So this is an F string. It's called an F string because you put an F before it, and I'm about to show you what you can do with that. So I can actually put tab for, and this is where F strings are kind of cool. So you actually end up using these little curly brackets, and what you're actually able to put in there, you can put your variables, and it'll actually replace this location with whatever you put the for the variable. So tab for song. So this is gonna replace this. Is gonna replace it with Madonna. So it's gonna say tab for Madonna, and I could put by. Then I could do more curly brackets and put artist here. So this is specific to my case. I actually put variables here, but if you really wanted to, you can even put like arithmetic in there. Say you wanted to put 1 plus 1, it'd say tab for 2, and so on. Getting a little off topic with that, but just if that's something that you wanted to do, you can do that. And let me just run this real quick, just show you, because afterwards I'm going to actually make the tab. But so as you can see, tab for Madonna by Nata and Oscar Maidan. And that's an example of F string, which is actually really useful because you can use that for a lot of applications. So I'm going to clear this just to keep it nice. Bring this down a little bit. Okay, so next things next. I actually want to create my strings. First things first, I'm just going to show you a blank tab just so you can have an idea of exactly what I mean by tab. So I'm going to put about 20 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I miscounted, but you get the point. That's about 20. So then I can actually repeat this for each one of my strings. So I'm basically going to recreate this here. So I can control C that. And then, so we got a B. We got a G. My brain has a hard time actually doing this backwards because I actually read it as Eddie 8 Dynamite Good by Eddie, which is how I learned to actually read the guitar strings, which helps with tuning. Yeah. Control V, and then we have a big E string. Okay, so basically this is what my tab would look like. So if I actually output my tab itself, you just get this this section right here. Okay, so that's blank tab. So now I just wanted to show you blank tab because next, to save some time, I'm actually going to make some populated tab for this particular song that I'm talking about here. I'm just going to paste it here. And this is what populated tab looks like. And I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, so these are the strings that I created. So everything that's within this actual quotation mark is one string. So right here I have 6 strings. Like I said, coincidentally, I'm teaching you guys how to use strings in Python, but we're actually talking about guitar strings as well. So we have 6 strings that all have these, basically these characters in them. And what you're actually allowed to do with strings, and this is where I have this note here that I haven't actually talked about yet. I accidentally erased a little bit of it, but it's called a replace. And I put an I in here because this is like your initial character and then your final character, which I will talk about right now. But say you have already this program created and you wanted to actually update this tab because you maybe wanted to change the pitch of the song, or if you wanted to make it into another song that's kind of similar, you can actually just replace certain values in the string. So that's what's cool about replace, is that if you use this function on your replace, which don't get lost when I say function because I'll explain it right now. But if I use replace on a string, so say if I use it on the B string, which I will do right now, I can actually change, have my replace look for an initial value within the string, and then I can actually replace it with a new value, which I put F for final. And let's actually do that. Let me show that to you guys. So next I can actually put B. B, so you put the name of your string, which mine's going to be B. You put dot, and then you put replace. And you put these parentheses, and like I said, you have your initial value and then your final value. So I guess what I want to do for this, say I wanted to make it 1 step higher, meaning I'd add 2 frets, or go up 2 frets. So I could actually add, replace these values with 2 frets higher. Let me just kind of explain what that looks like. So in these quotes here, I want to replace my 10, and I want to replace it with a 12. So I'm going 2 frets higher. So anytime that 10 comes up in my string, it's going to replace it with a 12. Okay, and I'll do that for the rest of the strings that I see in there. So I could also do b dot replace, and then say for my eights, I want to go 2 steps higher, or yeah, a full step higher if I'm actually talking correctly on guitar lingo. So anytime I see an 8 in my string, I actually want to replace it with a 10. And I think that covers what I have. Oh, actually, I also have a 6 and a 5. So we're actually going to replace those two as well. So b dot replace. And I think you guys get the idea here. So I'm going to replace my 6s with a 8 because I'm going 2 steps higher, or a full step higher. Same thing with, let me go back over here. So make sure you put your dot in there because that's kind of how you use it. And I think I saw a 5 in there. So 5, I'm going to replace my 5 with a 7. So this will actually change the pitch of the song, but you don't have to worry about that because this is actually just showing you how you can replace strings. And now I can actually print my B string. And we'll compare it. Okay, so as you can see there, it didn't actually update my value. So as a quick little fix here, I can actually put just B is equal to that. So it's basically going to say, it's going to update my B value. So that was a mistake on my part, but I'm actually kind of glad I showed you guys that mistake because when I was actually learning how to use strings, I would always wondered, like, I did this replace function on my string, so why is it not outputting correctly? It's because what you need to do is you actually need to update the string itself. So yeah, I did B replace, but it doesn't actually change the value of B. By you actually assigning it to the new replacement is when it actually outputs. So, like I said, I'm glad I showed you guys that error. And let's run it again. So as you can see now, it actually ended up, let me actually scroll up so you can see. I'm going to put it right there. So you see my old B? Oh, sorry. You see my old B, it has the 10s, it has the 8s, but as you can see, all my values have actually been updated. So we troubleshot that together. And yeah, so I could actually output this again, but I actually wanted to show you guys something. So say we got this, so I printed the string. Say in your tab that you guys create or you guys see, say there's actually like repetitive, say this right here actually repeats itself again later on in the song. What you can actually do is you could add strings together, and that's the last thing I actually wanted to show you guys. So say what if I did B plus B, which this is actually going to go farther, or this actually might fit, but we'll find out. So by doing B plus B, you can actually add strings together. So what it'll do is it'll get this string, and then it'll add itself again right here, right afterwards. So that's the last thing I wanted to show you guys, and then we'll run that. As you can see, I mean, it overlaps way down there because it's super long, but that's how you can add strings together. And you can make a super long tab if you wanted to, or say you have like a little tab that you created, but it repeats itself again, like I said, you can just add as many as you want. So, yeah. Hopefully now that when you come across tab, you can actually think about this video and actually see one way that it possibly could have been created. Because like I said, people can actually manually put this tab and just retype everything and rechange everything manually, or you can just use this replace function, or you can just add strings together. So hopefully this is useful for you guys, and hope you enjoyed.